We all know there's a lot of hatred and division in this country right now. A lot of people who claim to be Christians who want civil war against their fellow man, all because they have swallowed so much propaganda that they hate people. Even if you perceive someone as an enemy, you are supposed to love your enemy if you actually follow the teachings of Jesus. Today we're going to talk about the Black Robe Regiment, what it is, and how there are several famous pastors who evoke the name of the Black Robe Regiment. I learned about this term when I was watching a clip from Patriot Church in Lynchburg, Virginia. I was watching the pastor speak and started talking about how he believes that pastors should trade in their skinny jeans for army fatigues. And he said that he is raising up an army. Now, I grew up hearing this kind of language, an army for the Lord. So automatically my mind thinks, oh, spiritual warfare. We fight not against flesh and blood. We don't fight fellow man. But then he evoked the Black Robe Regiment, the name of the Black Robe Regiment, and said that he wanted to be... Anyway, he said he wanted the faith of the Black Robe Regiment preachers and the faith of George Washington. Notice he didn't say the faith of Christ. So I looked up the Black Robe Regiment and what it is. What I saw online, the Black Robe Regiment was a group of pastors during the Revolutionary War who encouraged people and other pastors to fight against the tyrannical government, which at that time was the British. But it was literally about taking up arms and unaliving people, all in the name of personal freedoms. So I started looking into pastors who claimed to be members of this newly resurrected Black Robe Regiment group. One such pastor is Pastor Dan Fisher, who often dresses like a Revolutionary War soldier. He argues that pastors should preach patriotism from the pulpit and take up arms to lead their congregations to war to defend their ideals. Another pastor who has evoked the name of the Black Robe Regiment is Greg Locke, who I've made quite a few videos about. And there's also a YouTube video of a pastor from Baton Rouge, Louisiana by the name of Tony Spell, who... Anyway, Tony Spell had a pastor at his church actually dress up in Revolutionary War garb and preach about the Black Robe Regiment and spew a lot of Civil War rhetoric. Instead of loving our fellow man and loving those that we perceive as our political enemies, these pastors are encouraging fellow man to unalive their fellow man. This is not the gospel. The kingdom that you live in is supposed to be not of this world. And if you would actually talk to people on the other side, you wouldn't hate them. You'd see that you're very much alike. These pastors are actually dangerous. This is not the gospel.